Hey there, Norman here from WoCode, and today we're going to be taking a look at the FX Rings widget. The FX Rings widget displays a series of rings that gently rotate and shift perspective. Customization options offer the ability to create an effect that ranges from subtle to bold and colorful. Let's jump into the builder and take a look at how to set this widget up. Here in the builder, we have our Digistore template, and I'd like to add the FX Rings widget as a background of this right column in order to capture the site visitor's attention and give some movement to this page. If we take a look at our preview site here, we can see exactly what we'll be recreating today. We have the FX Rings widget adding a nice additional layer of movement and depth to this hero section, creating a colorful, eye-catching effect. Let's head back into the builder and get started. Here in the builder, let's open up our widgets panel and let's grab that FX Rings widget and just drop that right into this column. Now, it's important to note that this black placeholder for this widget will not be visible on the live published site. It's only visible on the preview site and within the builder. Let's jump into the Widgets Options panel here and take a look at how to set this widget up. In the Options panel, we have the Content tab, and there are a number of options available. Starting from the top and working your way down, we have the Apply To option. There are quite a few options in this list, and for this example, we'll set the widget to use the Current Column option because we want this widget to only apply itself to the column that it's in. However, there were a number of options that I did want to highlight specifically as well. The first one being the entire page option. This applies the effect to the background of the entire page. In this case, the widget may be placed anywhere on the page except the header or footer. Placement in the header or footer will result in the effect being applied to the entire site. And as mentioned before, due to this widget being so GPU heavy, it's only recommended to use the entire page option on short pages, as longer pages with entire page enabled will see reduced page speeds. The second option that I wanted to highlight is the Custom CSS Selectors option. This advanced option allows you to target elements using their CSS class or ID. This is useful for when trying to apply the effect to backgrounds of things where a widget cannot be placed, such as a gallery or slideshow. Be sure to check out our training doc for more information on how to use this option. Below that, we have mouse control. When enabled, the ring's background effect will react to the movement of a mouse while on desktop. And we can see that effect here in action if I mouse over. Below that, we have touch controls. When enabled, the ring's background effect will react to the taps of a finger while on mobile. We can leave both of these settings enabled, and that's all for the Content tab. Now let's head over into the Design tab and take a look at how to style this widget. Here in the Design tab, we have a number of options available. So let's start at the top. The first option we have here is the Minimum Dimensions option. This sets the dimension of the widget within the container, and there are two options available. Automatic, which forces the FX Rings widget to automatically resize to fill the container or row it's placed in. And Custom, this allows you to manually adjust both the minimum width and height of the widget's container. Now I want to kind of push this effect off to the bottom right of the column so it's not interfering with the text too much. So I'm going to select Custom, and then I'm going to set the minimum width to 820 pixels. And then I'm going to set the minimum height to 600 pixels. Great. So next we have our background color. This sets the background color that's visible behind the rings effect. And below that, lastly, we have background color opacity. This sets the opacity of the background color, and I want to set this to 0 to remove that background. And that is it for the options panel for this widget. Now there is one last thing that we want to do, and that is to close the Widgets Options panel, open the Rows Design tab, and enable Full Bleed Row. That allows this row to span the full width of the browser. So we can go ahead and close this we can grab our preview URL. Right here at the top of the page, we see our FX Rings widget is looking great and adds some nice additional movement and color to the background of this page, creating an attention-grabbing, interactive effect to an otherwise static page. And once again, I wanted to note that the black placeholder for this widget will not be visible on the live published site. It will only be visible on the preview site and within the builder itself. Also, be sure to check out our FX Widget sections available in the Sections panel for an ever-growing list of pre-styled and ready-to-use sections featuring many of our FX widgets. And that's it for the FX Rings widget. As you can see, it's a very simple widget, but one that can be used to add additional depth to any site. With that, my name is Norman Durkee, and you've been rocking with the best website builder platform on the planet, WOCode.com. And until next time, and as always, if you have any questions, please reach out to support. We're always here to help.